Tonight, for the first time, we can bring you video of disgraced Hollywood heavyweight Harvey Weinstein allegedly caught on camera.
A woman has released secret footage of her business meeting with the producer, which shows him touching her and making sexual comments. But Mr. Weinstein has slammed the video, saying it's a ploy for money. Waving as she sets up a demo video, Melissa Thompson is ready to pitch her tech startup at the Weinstein Company offices in New York. She thinks she's meeting a marketing team. Instead, Harvey Weinstein walks through the door, who in September 2011 was the most powerful man in Hollywood.
Hello, Melissa Thompson.
He bypasses a handshake. In the footage back, Ms. Thompson says it's clear he was testing the boundaries with each interaction, seeing how far he could go.
So how's it for you?
We'll see. A little bit.
A little bit, not much. Okay, the data that I want. So what do you want?
No, it's okay.
Comfortable then uncomfortable, recognizing that he's powerful and I'm not, and that I need this deal from him.
Once Weinstein agrees to the pitch, she says he puts his hands up her dress.
Deal is so far.
It is fine.
It's a little high. At some point, his whole affect changed, and he looked like a predator. His eyes became dark.
Ms. Thompson agreed to meet Mr. Weinstein at a hotel lobby later that afternoon, which she thought would be a safer place to sign off on the deal. He led her to his room where she claims he raped her. The recording is part of a class action lawsuit against Mr. Weinstein. His lawyer denies any wrongdoing. This is a further attempt to publicly disgrace Mr. Weinstein for financial gain. There is nothing forceful, but casual, if not awkward, flirting from both parties. Ms. Thompson acknowledges that some of her behaviour could appear flirty.
There was a combination of confidence and naivety. I worked on Wall Street before I went to business school, and I worked in an environment that was heavily male-dominated. I thought I could handle it. I had never met anyone that I couldn't handle until Harvey Weinstein.
That sentiment, no doubt echoed by the dozens of other women who have accused him of assault.
We don't have to live with being raped when we think we're going to a business meeting.
Sophie Walsh, NBN News.
Upper Hunter Valley residents may have felt a shake today with a small earthquake recorded south of Muswellbrook. Geoscience Australia recorded a 3.4 magnitude tremor just before 11:30 this morning. The epicentre was estimated to be about 1 kilometre deep between Muswellbrook and Denman. The quake was recorded within a radius of around 30 kilometres, with unconfirmed reports from as far south as Minwai.
A toy which caught fire on a heater may be to blame for the deaths of 2 little girls in Victoria. The 2-year-old and 3-year-old were taken to hospital by their parents, who discovered their bedroom was filled with smoke. A 6-month-old was also treated for smoke inhalation, but she's believed to be okay.
A home on Sydney's northern beaches has once again been the focus of a 36-year mystery. Forensic police and sniffer dogs returned to the Bayview property for a second day, searching for answers about missing mother Lynette Dawson.
Fine weather has allowed the police forensic team to push ahead with their search for Lynn Dawson's remains. After using jackhammers and concrete saws, the dirt underneath is being hand-sifted. Once checked, it's being wheeled to skip bins in the front of the property. These are nervous times for Lynn's family.
Ultimately, we'll find Lynn's body. That would be the ultimate. And then, obviously, if we find Lynn's body, then someone can be charged.
The police are concentrating on 4 areas around the house, 1 near the pool and 3 other spots at the rear. 2 coroners concluded Chris Dawson murdered Lynn, but the Director of Public Prosecutions at the time said without a body there was not enough evidence to charge him. After selling the home, Lynn's former husband, Chris Dawson, became aware the new owners were renovating. He returned here uninvited, walked up the driveway and asked them, "Where are you digging?" 30 years on, now it's the police who are doing the digging. Neighbours are transfixed by the mystery, so too the millions here and overseas who have followed the story on the Australian newspapers Teacher's Pet Podcast.
I think that the police have done a really good job in recent years in their investigation, but in the early years the police failed to do very fundamental interviews. They failed to consider the strong possibility that Lynn had been murdered.
As the dig unfolds on the Gold Coast, Chris Dawson, sitting alone, the murder suspect the family wants charged.
We believe that Chris murdered Lynn. Yeah.
Chris Dawson has always denied any wrongdoing. At the end of the month, a walk at Longreef is being organised to remember Lynn Dawson as a mother and a friend. Mark Burrows, NBN News.
Now to Gavin Morris for a quick look at the weather. And Gav, a hot couple of days are on the way.
Yes, they certainly are, Natasha. Then it's going to be really quite cold on Sunday. Those hot northwesterlies really gathering some momentum as we move through Saturday. And we're going to see some pretty dangerous bushfire conditions emerge as well. But it's a chilly change, so it's going to be a very different day on Sunday. It's going to be quite cool. Still fairly sunny, as this next change again is going to be a dry one. But a little taste of summer over the next 2 days. Your local details headed your way later in the bulletin.
Thanks, Gav. Ahead in the news, Woolworths rewards customers targeted by hackers. Are you one of them?
Also, what slowed down the world's fastest man?
And a close encounter with a giant from the deep on the mid-north coast.
Find out how Maywell can help your business today. We do assembly for industry, timber products, scanning and confidential document destruction. Let us save you time with product assembly, mail-outs, promotional material and more. Visit www.maywell.com.au or call 4932 8599.
The Newcastle Spring Sale ends Sunday. Up to half price off selected items. Save up to half price. The Newcastle Spring Sale ends Sunday.
Spring deals at Spotlight. Cool Heston quilted quilt cover set, $49 a set. All Logan and Mason pillows, $49 each. Cool Egyptian towel range, 50% off. Exclusions apply. Rush you to Spotlight now.
Make the switch to Newcastle permanent, and you could get $1,500 cash back on one of our great variable home loans. We reward our customers, not shareholders, and are an award-winning alternative to the 4 major banks. Which means you can get a great home loan and get on with life. Make the switch to Australia's Home Lender of the Year today. Newcastle Permanent.
Save up to 50% off store-wide at La-Z-Boy's sensational spring sale. La-Z-Boy recliners, sofas, lift chairs and modulars all up to 50% off. But be quick. Hurry into Horton's, Katara and Rutherford now. Have you walked the dog? Doing it now.
I need $1.
A little stroke of genius goes a long way. Pick up a delicious Nicholas lunch deal for just $5 at Macca's.
How much did you save?
I saved $377.
$377? That is awesome!
Real people, real savings. Try Yui. You can save lots. Call 13 Yui or go to yui.com.au.
At James Murray, it is surprisingly affordable to organise the celebration you choose. James Murray Funerals, a celebration of life.
Enjoy up to 50% off at the Plush Spring Sale. And as all our sofas come with Breathe Clear protection against dust mites and allergens, that makes for a very comfortable spring. Plush, think sofas.
Only hours remain until Hurricane Florence unleashes on the east coast of America. The storm has been downgraded to a Category 2, but authorities are warning it could still pack a deadly punch.
For 62 years, Robert Faircloth has lived in this area. Now, for the first time in his life, he's taking his dog and leaving.
The way the people are talking yesterday and today, I've never been this scared in my life. I'm going to leave. Time for Robert to go.
He's one of almost 2 million people out of their homes tonight as Hurricane Florence creeps closer.
We are ready, but this is going to be one of the biggest ones to ever hit our country.
200-kilometre-an-hour winds, flooding, and a 3-metre storm surge forming a deadly triple threat.
We have alligators, snakes, mosquitoes around here. That could be swimming downtown Wilmington.
Some residents spent the day savouring their final moments on this beach. They simply don't know when they'll be able to come back and, more importantly, what will be left when they do.
This is not going to be a glancing blow. This is not going to be a tropical storm. This is not going to be, one of those storms that hit and move out to sea. This is going to be, a Mike Tyson punch to the Carolina coast.
In North Carolina, Charles Croucher, NBN News.